This is going to be a long vlog. So a couple of days back on my Instagram handle, I had posted a Ask Me Anything Q&A, and a lot of you had sent me in your questions. You might be wondering, question to reply. I just wanted to wait for all of you, give it like 24 hours for anyone to post their questions. And now that 24 hours is over, I thought I'll record my answers in this vlog. So yeah, quick disclaimer, Nariya Per you have sent some song requests and all, so I would not be obviously responding to that in this particular vlog, but I'll keep those requests in mind and hopefully try to make covers of them in the upcoming cover songs that I plan to produce. So let's begin. First question. Veron_Mimi26 has asked, how are you in general? Vegan diet or normal protein, no carbs diet? Okay, so this is definitely pertaining to my fitness aspect. So, like I had mentioned in one of my earlier videos, I typically follow a vegetarian diet, not vegan, because I have dairy products. Considering that I have whey as one of my major sources of protein, it's just a typical vegetarian diet, nothing out of the blue. I try to eat as clean as possible in terms of whole foods, trying to get a lot of different colored foods on my plate, because it's all about getting those nutrients in. And I try to hit a macro balance of probably 200 grams of protein a day, 180 to 200 grams of protein a day. Fats is probably around 100 grams, plus or minus 20%, depending on which cycle I am in, whether I'm in a bulking or cutting cycle. And carbs is basically I keep experimenting with carbs. It's not a no carb diet. I have done keto for some time and I found it to be effective in the short run, but not something that I could do for a sustainable amount of time. So yeah, that's basically my diet. Hey Ashi, I hope I said that right. What inspired you to start your journey in music? Okay, so this was probably in school is when I really got into music, 9th or 10th grade. So I wasn't a really academically sound student, and I was always very low in self-confidence because of that. And I just started learning the drums, and I really took to it, and I performed once in our general assembly. And the kind of feedback and positive reception I got for that gave me a lot of confidence, and basically that's what drove me into getting into music full time. And ever since like my 9th 10th grade, in fact in school, many people don't know me as a singer or even as a composer, but they know me as a drummer, because that's all that I used to do. I just used to play the drums. And after school is when I kind of was in the I had to take a decision as to whether I'm going to go to the traditional BCom, chartered accountancy route, or whether I want to do something else. And there was a lot of debate at home, and as much as my parents tried to push me towards doing something traditional on the side, but also parallelly wanting to pursue my passion, which is music, I tried my best, but I ended up, eventually focusing more on the music aspect of things. And I did my sound engineering, I studied a bit of music theory, and then I just started working on short movies and short films, ads and stuff like that. And I also did a few movies, music for a few movies after that. So yeah, my musical journey started in school, and yep. Welsen87. How to maintain sanity amongst this pandemic? Okay, sanity amongst this pandemic. Actually, yeah, mental health, I think for a lot of people has taken a hit during this pandemic, considering that you're contained in one place. You really cannot socialize as much as you have used to. But I think the best way to maintain sanity is to have the support of your friends and family, number one. Even if they're not physically next to you, at least virtually try to be in touch with them, because with technology today, it's I know, nothing can replace the actual physical form of someone being there next to you, but technology has made it a lot more easy for us to be connected. And another way is, set yourself some short term goals that you can achieve whilst being in the lockdown, like picking up a new habit. Fitness is something that's great in that aspect, because you really don't need fancy equipment and a trainer to start your fitness journey. Just doing push-ups and pull-ups and some body weight exercises will get you going. And correcting your diet, because even for me, someone who's probably been into fitness for quite some time, when I'm at home, I tend to kind of binge eat. It's mainly the fact that you're bored and your mind is just telling you that you need to keep yourself busy. The easiest thing to do is okay, I'm going to go eat something right now. So you shouldn't be doing that. So I'd say that just keep yourself some short-term goals that you can do and achieve in the lockdown without breaking any rules. uh, Divya Shivam, your voice is so impressive. Thank you. Did you learn Carnatic music? No, I actually did not. I haven't learned any form of singing till date. The reason being, I did go for this Carnatic music classes when I was like really young, but I didn't even cross like the Varnam book or something. So it was on and off, because I grew up for some time in Africa, and then I moved to Dubai, and then I came to Chennai. So I didn't really have like that continuity in my musical learnings, and I was also not very committed or focused to it. But when I did take up music seriously as a composer, consciously I avoided learning any particular form of music very deeply, because I think as a composer, especially for someone who wanted to compose a broad variety of music, if you get into one particular art form too deep, it orients your thinking. And Carnatic music it has a very rigid grammar structure, and definitely the more you get into it, it's a wonderful world to be in. But I felt that for me, the more I probably dwell into it, the more it might take a hit on my diversity and my approach to listening and composing a broader range of music. So no, I did not learn Carnatic music, but I do practice every day, or at least I try to practice every other day, the basic rudiment exercises which will help in voice culture and voice strengthening. So that's probably something that any particular art form you take, if you probably stick to the basics and practice that on a daily basis, your voice culture and the ability for you to do certain nuances with your voice will improve. Who is your fitness inspiration? This is asked by Nivedita Raman. Fitness inspiration. Okay. So I took to fitness way back in 2011-12. And the whole idea was that, I had a very sedentary lifestyle as a full-time musician, full-time in the studio, and no sunlight coming in. The AC was always on. So I felt that I needed something, some form of physical activity to balance out this very sedentary lifestyle, and that's how my whole fitness journey started. I was also having some back issues with prolonged exposure to sitting in front of the computer in a slouched manner, and basically bad posture. So that's where my fitness journey began. And in terms of inspiration, right now I'm really inspired by some top level athletes like Chris Bumstead, and who else do I follow? Ryan Terry. And it's not only the fitness aspect in them that basically drawing me towards them, but overall their personality is something that I vibe with. And yeah, so Chris Bumstead and Ryan Terry are two of my favorite fitness personalities today. Nityashri says, lots of love from Malaysia. Love your dedication. Stay safe. Thank you so much, Nityashri. I mean, I should thank a lot of people in Malaysia, because I seem to be getting a lot of love from all of you. So many messages. I find it hard to reply to everyone, but I definitely read all your messages, and I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all your support. Definitely for the folks from Malaysia, because I know there are a lot of you out there who listen to my music on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. And thank you so much for all your support. Arun Kumar, I am very weak, so please any tip for fitness? And I'm also a singer. Can we join and sing? Yeah, definitely we can collaborate. I'm open to a lot of collaborations. Just that Right now, because of lockdown, it's very difficult, and so once things settle down, those who are wanting to collab, send me a DM. We'll see what we can work out and how to take things forward. With respect to you being very weak and getting into fitness, just start. Something as basic as say 10 push-ups, 20 push-ups a day is itself a start if you're not doing anything. And right now, with the lockdown and with things that the way they are, I think fitness and good health is really important today. So make sure that you get some form of physical activity. I think strength training itself in India has only kind of taken momentum only in the last few years. That too because of a lot of health issues that people are facing world over. And even from if you take other Western places, they have kind of bought this physical education aspect into the schooling level at a much more earlier stage as compared to us. But I think right now, considering that we have the largest population in the world and the largest age group between 20 to 40, I think our health is really vital, and we should definitely get into some form of fitness. So start with any form of body weight exercises, body weight squats, push-ups, pull-ups, lunges, anything that you can do, and slowly start progressing that way and eat healthy. That's what I'd say. How long does it take for you to bulk? This was asked by Hariharan Sabapati. So yeah, I'm not a bodybuilder, and I don't take any kind of steroids, additional enhancing supplements or anything. I do fitness for the sake of the love and passion that I have for it. And to answer your question as to how long, it really depends on where you are and where you want to be. For a newbie, you're going to see results really quick because you haven't really shocked your muscles or trained in a way that your body has experienced till now, and that's going to really surprise your body, and you're going to see gains really quick. And it also depends on your nutrition, how much rest you get, and yeah, so there are too many factors to basically narrow down and say that okay, if you start training from today, in 6 weeks or 12 weeks you will be this big. No, it's very specific to firstly where you are, secondly where how good your nutrition and your training is, and this will all determine, and thirdly of course if you want to go natural or if you want to go the other way. But I'd say that being natural is the best. Unless you're competing and you have dreams like that, then obviously you'll have to enhance your body with other forms of enhancement. So that's totally up to you. That for me personally, I do fitness for just the passion of it, and I never plan to go into that side of things. I plan to bulk and cut as much as I can naturally and just for the fun of it. Chetan Kumar has asked, can you identify a note just by listening to it? How to train for that? No, Chetan, I can't. I think there's a name for that. That's called perfect pitch. I know a few people who can do that, and I'm truly amazed by their ability to do that. So they just listen to a note and they just say that okay, this is this note, this is C sharp, this is A flat, this is G. So that's crazy. I'm not sure if you can train for that. I think people are born with perfect pitch, but I'm not sure. I think I need to check on that. I guess with a lot of practice, you can eventually achieve that because your mind is capable of some crazy things. So yeah, I'll actually read on to that as to how to train for that. Next, tell us about your biggest and best critic, asked by Miss Chenandler Bong 28. Yes, of course, no doubts in this question. My biggest and my best critic is my father. Ever since I wanted to get into music or anything in my life, he's always been extremely supportive of it. My mother also has been extremely supportive, but my father has been a lot more involved because he can relate to what I am doing because he's an artist himself. So he was a B high grade All India Radio Mridangam artist. He used to perform for concerts. He's done dramas where he's acted, and currently right now he's pursuing his passion of studying philosophy. He was a chartered accountant by qualification. Worked his ass off and basically earned enough to take care of us. And then he shut shop for his business like 10 years back and said that I want to pursue my passion. Went on to do his MA in Sanskrit, then his MPhil, then his PhD. So he's like one of my biggest role models and inspirations, and critique as well, because end of the day, your parents would want only the best for you, and it's very difficult for them to be in a position to say that this is not right, because they really love you and they don't want to hurt you. But he takes that liberty and he gives his true sense of what he thinks is right, but at the same time he respects my opinion, and if beyond a point I feel that no, I want to go this way, he lets me do that as well. So yeah, my biggest critique and my biggest best critique is my dad. And B Jones 24 has asked, had dinner? It's actually 9:20 in the morning right now, so I'm sure you sent this message when I posted that. So yeah, I did have dinner that night, because nutrition is key for those gains. Abhilash asks, what is your current jam? See, I try to listen to as much new music as possible, being someone who wants to who's into music. I wouldn't say full time at this point, but to a large extent. I just go on to Spotify or Apple Music and play the top 10 or top 100, and I kind of listen to everything that's available right there to see where the music world is currently, what are people listening to, what do people like. My current jam will always be some ARR song, because I'm a huge ARR fan. And so right now, I think my whole family, my kids, myself, my wife, all of us are loving the song from Islan, Vera Level Sago. Such positive vibes when you hear that song. And so it's like we all sing in chorus when the song comes, and it's super fun. So that's our current jam. Jennifer Janet 23. Hi V.E.D, love all your songs in YouTube. Thank you. Great singing. Thank you so much. So are you a full-time music artist? No, I'm not a full-time music artist. So many a times I've been asked this question. I am first a husband and a father, and then I'm a businessman, and thereafter I'm a musician. So that's the order of priorities in my life currently, and I think that's what it's pretty much going to stay for the rest of my life. So I was a full-time musician before I got married, and after getting married I got into the family business. And because there was a point where I was kind of getting stagnant in my musical career. I'm not going to point out as to it's because of this or that. It's purely based on what I felt at that time, and the effort that I was putting, and the kind of feedback and just the way I was feeling at that point of time. I felt that I wasn't really moving forward in my musical career, and it was kind of a roadblock, and I wanted to take some time away because I was very frustrated whilst working on music. I took some time off. I got into the family business. I love working on the family business. I also have a BBA and an MBA degree, so good to put that into use, apart from having a diploma in sound engineering, and then also studying music and music technology at Rahman Sir's KM Music Conservatory. I did parallelly do my education, my traditional education, you could say. So putting that into use, and has definitely been great. Music, I'm trying to be as active in it as I can. I was pretty much absent from it in the last 3-4 years, primarily because getting married, getting into a new business, and being a father, having a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old at home. There were just too many changes, and I really didn't have the mental space. I might have had the physical time to do it, but I didn't have the mental space to work on music. So it's very different being a composer as compared to being I'd say an artist, in the sense that if you go play an instrument for someone, or if you're a singer, being a composer, it's all about that mind space, because you literally have to create something from nothing. And even now I feel that I'm still not there, and that's why I find doing covers as a medium for that. I'd love to put out a lot of original music out there. I've composed over like 150-200 songs, which are all on my hard disk. If you see over there, that's my hard disk. So they are all songs that need to be produced. But but it's just that I'm not in that mind space right now to sit and create new music, because it's something very different. I don't know how to explain it. Probably those others who are composers who are listening to this, or artists who are listening to this, they might be able to relate to it. So you know, it needs to hit me. I need to feel like producing that music. Right now it's only an external motivation. If someone says, hey, we have this project here, you need to compose this kind of music, I'm like, okay, great, let's go do it. But I have been having this strong urge to produce my own original music and work on an album for quite some time. I hope that I get into that mental space soon, and I'll be able to work on that album and share that album with you guys in the near future. Monica_Pearl_M. Hi bro, do you teach mix and mastering? No, I do not teach mix and mastering. In fact, I do not even do mixing and mastering for my own tracks. I did study sound engineering, but sound engineering was basically for like a basic platform for me to work on music. Because today, to produce music, you need to be technologically sound. So that's the only reason I studied sound engineering. But I find that after producing the song, after composing and producing the song, if I give the song for mixing and mastering to someone else, the output seems to be better. There are plenty of amazing engineers and studios out there who do a phenomenal job in your sound, to enhance your sound quality. So yeah, but if you want to learn mixing and mastering, there are a lot of good courses online which you should check out. Jerry sir, Jerry Vincent has asked, took vaccine mate sir? Yes, I did get my first jab. Has it affected your workout? I did a stupid thing. So the day I got my first jab, in the evening I went and I trained. I did like a crazy leg session, which I shouldn't have, because I didn't feel anything at that time, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling alright, I don't think it's going to really affect me. And I did like one crazy leg workout, and the next 2 days I was like completely gone. I was really tired, and I had a bit of temperature that previous night, and the next 2 days I was like just sleeping throughout the day. So but after that, I got back on track and my workouts have been going great. So, Jerry sir, no, it did not affect my workouts in the long run. But after you get your first jab, definitely give your body like 3-4 days to completely recoup from the shot, and then slowly start training your way up to your normal form, is what I would advise. Abhishek Anbu asks, how do you practice singing and do you go to singing classes? So yeah, like I mentioned, I haven't gone to any singing classes. But yes, practice. The basics that I would give anyone out there who wants to basically strengthen their voice and get their voice culture up there is, get up at 4 or 4:30 in the morning. Your voice is completely rested. You can hit those lower notes and start practicing just sa, and then go lower in the notes. So the lower you go, weirdly, the higher you can sing in the evening. So this is like a Hindustani form of practice called courage. And I mean, if I start talking about practice and those nuances, I think this whole vlog can go for like hours together. So I'm going to just say that if you're just starting out, get up early in the morning when your voice is completely rested. Just try to hold sa as long as possible, because the way where you can improve your singing is, one, your breath control. Two is how your voice, basically what your mind thinks your voice needs to reproduce. So these are the two things that you need to work on mainly. And if you are getting into Carnatic music, then understanding the ragam, the bhava and all that stuff is important. But if you're getting into film music, listen to a lot of music and try reproducing what those singers are singing. Try to understand where they are taking in the breath, where they're leaving the breath, the pronunciation and all those stuff, and see how you can add your own value to it. That's what basically I do. Your favorite IPL team, asked by Rupini N. Chennai Super Kings, forever, for life. So in fact, I think in the first 2 seasons, I had actually produced 2 jingles for Chennai Super Kings, like ringtones. And then in fact, it's still available online if I'm not mistaken. I did 2 jingles for them. So, and I also got to perform in front of the Chennai Super Kings team along with this band called the Oxygen. So Oxygen is a band led by Girinand, fantastic band. They still, make great music today. And I used to be their stand-in drummer. And one such show happened wherein we all went and played for the Chennai Super Kings team, like a private concert. So it was super fun, and Dhoni was like super chill, and he even collided me on like one major. So appo vande ennachu, there was this Docomo ad which happened, and in that Docomo ad, that music was very very catchy. So there's like do 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 Do, 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 do. I don't know how many of you remember that ad. So based on that riff, I had done like a small interactive session wherein we get the players to clap and sing and stuff. So we had prepared this whole encore kind of thing, and I went and took the mic and I was like, let's get together and do this. And then Dhoni, just casually picks up the mic and says, we are sponsored by Aircel, we can't sing Docomo tune. And I was like, what a bulb. So he's like super chill that way, and I'm like, I also met him recently at the gym that I work out. So Chennai Super Kings for life. What was this? I don't know. Priyanka Srini, oh, share some experience about your days in A.R. Rahman's school. Yes, K Music Conservatory. So I was actually part of the first batch of the conservatory. In fact, Jerry, who I mentioned some time back, was also my batchmate over there. He works with Rahman sir right now, and Jerry is such an amazing musician, and more than that, he's an amazing human being. So no doubt that Rahman sir has kept him close to him with his team. But my experience over there was great. I think at that point we had no other option in India, and I had just finished my audio engineering, my diploma in audio engineering, and I was trying to go to LA or somewhere to basically further enhance my musical knowledge. And at that time was when the school happened to open. I immediately went and applied, and my student enrollment number is 000001. So I am the first student of K Music Conservatory, and I'm always super proud of that, and that's something that I'll always be sharing at every stage. So I think the college has evolved a lot from where it was when I joined, because it's been now 12 years since the college was established, and it's a great place for you to get your musical skills sharpened and kickstart your musical career. Hepzibah Sushma asks, how are you always positive? And I'm a huge fan for your humble character. Oh, thank you so much. Humble character. Alright. How am I always positive? No, I'm not always positive. We all go through our ups and downs, but if we have a good support system around us, and if we kind of just take some time to look at the bigger picture, I guess everything will kind of work out. There have been plenty of times where I've lost my cool, but I have a very, very loving and caring and understanding wife who kind of balances it out. See, as an artist, this is just my analysis of it. I feel that you need to have your emotions just at bay, so that you can really tap into it when you're singing or composing and all that stuff, and that kind of overspills into other aspects. So even something small probably goes wrong in my daily schedule, that really upsets me. So that's something that I'm trying to correct in myself and better myself as a person, because there's no excuse to be a dumbass. So to stay positive, I'd say have great people around you and good support system, and focus on the positives. That itself will help you stay positive. Ilfaz, native place, Chennai. Born in Chennai, brought up in Africa for 7 years, Dubai for 3 years, and then back to Chennai in 2000. So, yeah. Silin Mitra, your life quote. That's pretty deep, bro. My life quote. I'd say that I don't have like a well constructed quote, but do what makes you happy, but not at the cost of making anyone else unhappy intentionally. I think that's basically what I have told myself, because if you start looking too far ahead and saying that only if I get this I'll be happy, or only if this is there I've like made it, or I'm successful only with if I have, say, a Ferrari parked in my garage, or I have a house this big, or I have, I don't know, 1 million followers. See, these are all goals that are not really in your hand. The effort and the hard work is in your hand, and eventually, why do you do this? Because you feel that by doing all this you'll be happy. But what if you can just be happy every single day of your life? So happiness and success, both I think are a state of mind, and as long as we give our best effort today to the best of our ability, okay, so a slight fail happened. Suddenly my camera was like, your movie recording time has reached. So I think I spoke too much, too long, and I realized that that particular clip has gone for almost half an hour. So we're going to cut short the Q&A over here, because I'd like to interact a lot with you guys and share a lot of things. So for those, I've taken screenshots of all your questions, so I'll definitely be answering them in the up and coming vlogs. We'll take probably two questions in every vlog, and I'll try answering them. So thanks for listening. If at all you did stick through the whole, I don't know, however long this video is going to be, I really appreciate that. And so stay tuned for the next vlog or cover. Who knows what's coming.